in your home. It could be a wood floor, it could be wooden furniture, it could be collectibles that you have. Maybe you love to go antiquing, or you like to go to flea markets and you like to pick up old furniture and kind of see what you can do to bring it back to life. Well, originally, Regency Gold, pretty much how it was created was for furniture cabinet makers to restore antiques many, many years ago. The stuff is unbelievable, all right? I call it liquid gold. It is amazing. It's gonna transform tired, dirty, worn old wood. Look at this wood. Those are wooden doors that have realistically just been sun bleached over time. And using a little of the Regency Gold just brings them back to life. Look at this hardwood floor. And yes, you can use it on floors. And a little bit goes a long way. You'll be amazed at how much you use. Use it on banisters, use it on the legs of furniture, use it on entryways. Anywhere you have wood. Here's what it does. All right, maybe I should tell you what it doesn't do. It doesn't strip the wood down. All right, what it's not going to do is it's not going to put an artificial finish on it. What it does is it removes the grime, watermarks, even little hairline scratches, it'll remove, but it gets it back to the original beauty of what the piece was. You know, if you watch Antique Roadshow or any of those things, they're always telling you, man, if you have an antique, do not strip it. There's a lot of that patina is what you want. A lot of that original finish is what you want. What you want to do is remove the layers of wax buildup, because anything you put in a spray, all it is wax or oil based. It gives you a temporary shine, and all that does is it makes it sticky so dust sticks to it. And you wind up dusting all the time. This is gonna restore it back to its original look. It basically cleans, polishes, and protects. You're gonna get 2 bottles of this little, what I call liquid gold. You get 2 of it, a little bit goes a long way. It's only $20. And I will tell you, these 2 bottles, I bought 2 bottles of these probably 3 years ago. I still have 3/4 of a bottle left, all right? Because the way you use it, and Lou will show you, is you use it very sparingly. You don't need to slobber it on. It's not like the sprays where you're spraying that stuff into the air and breathing it in, and then you're just putting an oily, waxy finish on it, which will attract more dirt. It doesn't do that. $20.23. It's non-toxic. You don't need gloves to use it, and you get 2 bottles that are super economical. Lou, are you back? There he is.
I am right here, and you know what? You said a lot of great things about Regency Gold. Yeah. You know this formula's been around since 1895?
Yeah, over 100 years.
The only thing that's changed is the bottle. That's the only thing. But let me show you how this works, okay? First thing you want to do is you want to shake up your Regency Gold. And you're going to pour some into any kind of receptacle, cup, bowl, whatever you got lying around, okay? So we're going to pour a little bit of the Regency Gold in there. And then you can take any soft cloth that you have. In this case, I took an old T-shirt and just tore it up, all right? And then you're going to soak it real good in the Regency Gold, all right? Now, you want to make sure that you get it saturated, but you don't want it to be wet when you use it.
Right.
So what you're going to do then is squeeze out the leftover that's in here, because you really just need it to be damp. You don't want it to be wet, all right? So we're gonna squeeze all of that. Notice I'm not wearing gloves either. This is perfectly fine for my hands. Yep. Okay, I think I've got that done. Now, am I gonna throw that away? No, guy, and this is why you still have 3/4 of a bottle. We're gonna pour what we didn't use back into the bottle. So that's how this goes so long, and it lasts you for so long. Now, let's clean something, because I've got a really nice piece of wood right here. This is an oak chair leg that we found, okay? And you could see this when you look at it. It is grimy, it is dirty. There's a lot of wax buildup on this. But watch what happens when I take the Regency Gold and I start wiping it on here. This is cutting through all the wax buildup. It's cutting through the dirt, the grime, everything, the grease, if this were in a kitchen, everything that was coming off of here. And Guy, in just a couple seconds, you're going to see the real shine, the real patina of the wood. Now, look at that. Look how gorgeous that looks. And you know what, Guy? What's interesting is it's cleaning, it's polishing, but it's also feeding the wood. It's actually good for the wood. And in this case, you get a really beautiful high luster shine coming off of this. And it looks wet, but it's not. It feels dry. That's amazing. That's
the original look. That is how that piece of furniture looked when it came out of the factory. All right? That's what this does. You know, I always say, Lou, you know, anybody can take baby oil and rub it on something and make it look shiny. But most wood is not like that. Most wood does not have a lacquered finish.
I'm glad you said that.
Right, most has a beautiful, rich, almost a you know, like a satin sort of a finish on it.
Well,
right?
No, and I'm glad you just said that, because actually this is a piece of laminate flooring right here, okay? When you look at this, you could see that, you know, again, it's waxy, it's got this terrible buildup on it, but I want you to look at this. As I clean this, what you're gonna notice about this particular piece is that this piece does not have that same shine that we saw on that chair leg. This is actually a matte finish. It is a satin finish on this particular piece of wood. So in seconds, you're gonna see, now look at this. I want you to see just the beautiful glow that comes off of this. Very, very different than what we saw in the first piece of wood. But you can see there, you can see the wood grain in this guy. You can see every nuance of this. And that's because the Regency Gold, look at what it took off of there. I mean, all that wax buildup, all that dirt and grime in just seconds, and it's feeding the wood at the same time. So it's actually not going to attract dirt in the future. It's going to make it look better.
You know what? What I love about it, Lou, is like every once in a while I'll go to I'll see tag sales and things like that, and I drive in and I always look for I never used to do it, but now I look for old pieces of furniture because it's amazing how you can bring it back to life. It's actually very exciting. It's like, oh, I wonder what it's going to look like after I treat it with the Regency Gold. But you can use this on floors, you can use this on doors. If you've got a wooden door that's, the exterior sometimes gets sun bleached, put it on there. It's not going to hurt it. All right, it's not a stripper. It doesn't have any turpentine in it or any kind of a distillate that's going to melt anything away. All it does is it removes the years and the layers of the crud that are on the door. And to Lou's point, if it was a stripper of any kind, you'd have to wear rubber gloves, right? Because you can't get that stuff in your hands. That is not how this is almost like a lotion that you put on that is going to remove the dirt, the years of grime, and bring it back to life. $20 gets you 2 bottles of this stuff. Like I said, most people, it'll last years and years and years. I always love this because I've seen doors like this, Lou. I've seen that look, right? The sun just bakes away the finish.
Yeah, we've all seen that, and that's actually an inn that's a couple of 100 years old, and we took the Regency Gold there. Now, you can use it with water to do your floors. All you've got to do is add 1 cup of Regency Gold to a bucket of water, and you could just look at that. You can clean the whole house. By the way, Guy, this is also great for leather. It's great for vinyl, so if you want to use it in the car, you can.
Really?
If you got leather
I didn't know
furniture.
that. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it looks absolutely amazing. And even there, right there, heat rings, water damage that you see on furniture like that, water rings, all that, it'll take it off. But the big deal is it shows you the natural look of the wood. Now, I've got a piece in front of me here. This is actually an antique. I'm going to step out of the way. Kelly, can we get just pull up the close-up shot of this that you have on the preview right now, Kelly? My wife, Kelly, directing. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to just grab a quick before shot of that. And this is actually a mahogany chair leg, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I've still got that same Regency Gold on here that I was using before. And I want you to just see when we get the wax off of this guy, because this looked like something you might throw away. You look at that and you go like, you saw this at a garage sale or an antique store. You might say, you know what? Nah, that's not worth saving. Okay. Now let me step out of the way again, and I want you to see the difference.
Watch this. This
between
is so
the
cool.
before and after. Because look at the luster. Yeah. Look at that.
That's crazy.
I mean, it literally brought back all the shine, all the luster of that wood. And that's real. That's not a fake shine that's on here, Guy. It's feeding the wood. Look at that. That's absolutely gorgeous. Now that's a keeper.
And just look at around your house at like chair legs, chair rails, even like your bed. Like I have a big wooden backboard on my bed. I don't think I've ever used this on that. And I'm like, that's where I would want to use it, right? Because I don't need a shine. What I want is I think the better word is like a luster, Lou?
Yes.
I think that's the word you're looking for, because wood, when it has a great luster, it looks amazing. And again, you're using a little bit, all right? A little tiny bit. I've used it on the hardwood floor areas. If I've got an area of my hardwood floor too that needs, that is a high traffic area, I use this. And all I do is you can use it on a sponge, you can use it on a damp mop, you can use it on our handy mop, whatever you want. And when you see what it does, you'll be shocked. You know what it reminds me of, Lou? Remember the first time that and I won't mention the name of the product, came out to do your car interior? You remember this stuff, and you use it, and you're like, oh my gosh, look at how great my car looks. It's a similar type of effect that it has, only that's a lot of chemical stuff. This stuff, it doesn't have any harsh ingredients into it. So that's why Lou said you can use this inside your car and your vinyl and your leather. You can use it on your wood. Use it everywhere. I mean, it's safe to use. Lou is not wearing gloves. Look at how beautiful that is. Wow.
Well, look at the difference on this guy. You can see one half I did, one half I didn't. And that's a beautiful piece of inlaid wood right there. This is another antique wall hanging. And when I just do the center of this, look at the way it brought that back to life. And again, it's that luster, Guy. There's nothing fake about that. That is the real look of that wood. Isn't that gorgeous?
It's beautiful. So look around your house and figure out what you want to do. And anybody out there that's an antiquer, you know, or a flea market hound that loves to hit all the flea markets, this is a great product to have. Remember, any expert is going to tell you if you've got something that you want to clean up, do not use a furniture polish, and do not use any sort of a turpentine or a stripper. All you're gonna do, then you have to refinish the whole thing, right? Don't do that. Try Regency Gold first. If you have stains on your wood, right? If you've got ring marks from people putting things on there and drippy stuff, and they don't use coasters, you can utilize that as well. 2 bottles are included, exclusive here at HSN, can't find it anywhere else. $169,609, $20.23 is all you will pay on this. And remember today, $40 gift card with a brand new HSN credit card. So if you want to get something for free today, heck, you could get this. It would pay for everything, out the door, shipping, handling, and tax, and you'd still have a little left over at the end of the day. All right, Lou, great job, buddy. Thank you so much. Appreciate you doing our first 2 items.
You got it, Guy. Good seeing you, my friend.
All right,
Have a great
buddy.
day.
All right. When we come back, we have our Ray Cop. This is a way to clean and sanitize all your furniture. Stuff is amazing. It's coming up in just a bit. Take a quick break. Be right back.